Hello, this is Bob Pandolfo, and I'm going to talk about the diamond system here. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2009. I'm going to show you a printout from Sunday at Aqueduct in the second race, which is right here. You can see here that there's only 4 horses ranked in this particular race. It was a 6-horse field. There were 2 first-time starters. Now, just to give you an idea of the process I go over, in this particular race, I handicapped the race before I looked at the diamond ratings, and that's what I usually do. I want to see, without having any sort of bias, what I'm going to come up with on my own. And I really didn't like this race at all. I was like totally confused, actually, in the race, and sometimes that happens. I didn't like the first-time starters. The one horse that looked like a racehorse, Reforestation, I didn't know if he had enough speed. You know, he's one of these horses that comes on late. But then I ran the diamond system, and it put the 4 See the Forest on top, as you can see here, with a rating of 102, which is 4 points best in the race. The horse also had a significant advantage on diamond speed, which is a combination of late speed and final time. And when I looked at the consensus box, see, if you run option T and run the consensus box, it gives you the top 3 rankings in several categories. And See the Forest was ranked on top in final speed, second in early speed, second in late speed, on top in the diamond final, as you see here, and it was on top in the consensus point totals. Very good overall view. One of the things I liked about it is it was second in late speed and second in early speed. Horses that are ranked in the top 3 in, like, say, diamond speed and the diamond rating and diamond pace, normally you know, that's a good, well-balanced horse. This horse had good ratings right across the board. He's second in here. Here you can see on diamond pace he's second, diamond speed he's first, diamond rating he's first. You know, it's funny too, because if you look over here, in this part of the of our printout, it shows the Trackmaster ratings, and the Trackmaster speed rating actually for this particular pace line was 86, which was the best in the field. So it was, you know, he had the speed if he ran his best race. Now, his last couple of races weren't that great, but one of the races he broke slow on an off track, and another one of the races he broke slow and he had an outside post in a route race. And he's a lightly raced horse. You know, this is a horse that coming into this race had only raced 6 times, and you know, so that off-track race 2 races back, I mean, a lot of horses don't like an off-track, and it was a fast race. It was the first time he's ever on an off-track. And then last time he had a mile outside post, he kind of made an early move and faded, but now cutting back to a sprint. And this horse won, See the Forest won easily by 6 lengths, paid $34. It was a tremendous overlay. You're talking about a 6-horse field with 2 nondescript first-time starters in the race. You're not going to get great first-time starters during the winter in the inner track. You know, this isn't the time of year where you get those hot firsters like you do in the spring. So these are the kind of horses you have to look for. I mean, here's a horse who has a clear-cut top diamond rating. As you can see, he's on. Like I said, he was on top, or either first or second in all the categories in the consensus box. There's really only one racehorse in the race. I mean, first to come home had only raced, let's see, I think once. Yeah, he had raced once. It showed absolutely nothing at Saratoga. Possibility he could improve, but I mean, he was up to track every step of the way in his debut. Pleasant Sister had raced once, excuse me, and had made a little bit of a middle move and tired. You know, she had a possibility to improve, but she was bred to run long by Pleasantly Perfect, who's a Pleasant Colony. I actually think a couple of horses in this race, will, you know, I'll talk about that later, will do better when they stretch out. So you had a race with absolutely no early speed in the race at all. No early speed. And you had See the Forest, who had shown speed 3 starts back and finished well in a shorter race. Had made a nice middle move and finished well and earned a good figure, and that's what this rated him off of. Took his best of the last 3. When you're running a diamond system, this is what you want to look for. You want to look for horses. You can see here, 10-to-1 the morning line, right on top. You know, that's what you want to look for, the long shots that are on top. And in a 6-horse field to get $34 on this horse was pretty amazing. I mean, and Reforestation, who's really the only horse in the race who looked like a racehorse. I mean, this is a horse who's raced 5 times, has finished third 3 times. He kind of comes on late. Maybe he needs more distance. I mean, maybe it's just going to take him a little while to develop, but he looks like he could be a racehorse. And he finished second in this race, and the exacta paid $67. I mean, in a 6-horse field, that's pretty amazing. First to come home finished third, so the trifecta was 452, and as you can see here, the diamond system picked it cold, 452, as you can see right here, and the trifecta paid $410 cold, and very, very obvious, actually. I mean, this was totally obvious. This horse should not have paid $34. It was one of those overlays. Broke slow in a route race last time, cutting back to the sprint. Raced on an off track, 2 back, broke slow. 3 back, had the good race. And again, this horse has only raced 6 times. It has room to improve. So, as far as the other horses in the race, these maiden races, you can really get some good winners. If there are a couple of horses in this race who eventually will probably be race horses. First to come home, this was only his 2nd start. He's got AP Indy on the dam side. I think this horse will want to go long for Contessa. I'd watch for him going long. And the same thing with Reforestation. I still think that he's a horse that's going to be, you can use and exact this over and over again. He's a race horse. He comes on, probably going to break his maiden soon if he catches the right field. And the other horse that finished third, first to come home, I mean another horse in this race, Pleasant Sister, chased the pace, and I think she needed the race. And she's, as I said before, out of a Pleasant Colony mare, and I'd look for Pleasant Sister going long. So this is what I follow with these maidens. I catch a lot of these maidens in their 2nd, 3rd, 4th lifetime starts. When they're still young, they're still sound, still developing, and I follow their patterns, and I can hit some really nice prices. But anyway, now this was the diamond system for Aqueduct in the 2nd race on Sunday. As you can see, $34 winner on top. Again, this is Bob Pandolfo. I'll have more of these videos explaining some of the ways that you can pick these long shots. And thanks for tuning in.